Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream. Live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about altcoins, going to move some crypto around for you guys, and as always, I'll do my very best to get to your questions and see if we can't troubleshoot your problems here live. So thanks for joining me. It's the second live stream of the year, January 11th. We're going to talk about the success of the Bitcoin ETFs that were introduced last year on the 10th. And what they've done is more than anticipated, right? The most successful ETFs of all time, outshining gold. We'll talk about that. A couple of other cool stories I've got lined up for the news. I want to move some crypto back and forth between wallets. There's a lot of confusion about moving crypto. Even if we just focus on Bitcoin, people, because it's a new subject, a lot of people don't quite understand cryptocurrencies and how they work. And they get things like, if I buy Bitcoin on Coinbase and put it in my wallet, do I have to sell it on Coinbase? And the answer, of course, is no. You can move crypto back and forth anywhere from an exchange to a wallet, from a wallet to an exchange. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. If you buy it on Coinbase, you can sell it on Binance. If you buy it on Binance US, you can sell it on Kraken. It doesn't matter. It's just like gold. If you bought gold at a pawn shop and then you went to a different pawn shop, I'm sure they would buy it too. Of course, they'd try to bargain you down. Usually they buy it by weight. Not that I know anything about pawn shops, but it's a commodity just like gold. It has a market value, no matter where it is and no matter where you move it from. So anyway, I want to move some crypto around for you guys. And I had some questions in my comments. Someone had asked me, can I plug two ledgers in at the same time if I'm trying to move like ledger to ledger? The answer is no, you can't. If you try to plug two ledgers in at the same time, Ledger Live doesn't know which one to connect to and it gets glitchy. But you can connect both a ledger and a Trezor at the same time. I've got my Trezor. I'll probably connect my ledger a little later, and you can connect both of those at the same time. They don't interfere with each other. Anyway, thanks for being here. Let's see how everybody's doing tonight. Someone said don't greet people. I don't know. What do you think? I had someone complain a couple weeks ago, and can you guys hear me? Yeah, I was... my live thing is okay. Now it says I have a good connection. Like 2 minutes before we started, I double checked the mic, and sure enough, the mic, the default mic in my streaming software was like glitched. I had to like go back and reselect this this Steel series. So I think I got everything off and running without any glitches. So, but someone complained, oh, don't greet everybody, but I don't know, it's part of my thing. I'm really happy to see everybody that's here. Mark Schlossberg here, of course, early. Kenny was here early. W. I did check into that Jupiter, and there is going to be an airdrop. It's called Jupuary. And I've linked this little article down below. I don't see any links to the actual airdrop. But I did check that. There will be. You have to be real careful with airdrops. Whenever there's an airdrop, the scammers kind of come out of the woodwork and try to tell you that, they have a way of you claiming the airdrop. And it's confusing because people know there's an airdrop coming up. And then all these scammers give malicious website links that, are there to scam you and drain your wallet and stuff if you connect. So if you're going to claim an airdrop like this, you want to make sure that you get it from the actual site, that you get the official airdrop. And as of last time, you will probably need to claim it. It's not just going to show up in your wallet. So I did a video last year on claiming the original Jupiter airdrop. I don't know if this link will still work or not. It's probably not active yet. I've got a link to this down below. You might want to check it. And, just keep this, just keep checking back here for the official airdrop link when it hits. So for those of you who are, I didn't finish greeting everybody. W. Andreas is here. Mr. Miskey. Simon is here. Thank you very much for being here again. Hans Hannah, 350. Marv, Dustin and Shadow. Gregory Whelan, Christopher Thane. Simona E. Poston from Colorado. Neto is here. Don't know about the tax implications of giving crypto gifts. Maybe Dan could address that one. I know that there are tax exemptions for giving gifts to your children. There's like a certain amount, but that involves like dollars. So I don't know if you would get taxed by transferring crypto to someone else. Generally, you don't get taxed for crypto transfers, but the government may have a different view when it comes to technically the owner changing hands, right? When you move it to someone else's wallet that's taking possession of it, it might be considered a sale. And there might be a gifting thing in the tax law that says you can gift crypto. I'm not sure about that. HR by Catherine here from New York City. Good to have you. J8Ball, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Bob BC is here. Tijber, can you ask a question other than that one? I'm new to crypto. I just got a Tangem wallet. Did a test transfer from Coinbase to it. It worked no problem. Then I tried a bigger amount and it didn't go through. I freaked out and canceled the transaction. Now Coinbase won't let me use my wallet address. Should I get another wallet or should I just wait a period of time, then try another transfer? Yeah, that's a good question. I know it's frustrating. Sometimes a crypto transfer can take a couple of minutes. Sometimes it takes several minutes. Sometimes it could take 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. Sometimes it could take 24 hours. I've seen that happen. Not usually, but it's possible. You just kind of need to, go with the flow. Once you make that transfer, you can double check the address in Coinbase in your outgoing account. If you sent Bitcoin or whatever crypto you sent, there's usually a record of your outgoing transfer that has the address you sent to, and you can double check that address, make sure it's okay before you freak out and cancel. And you can't cancel transactions anyway. So yeah, I don't know. Coinbase can get kind of flaky when you try doing weird stuff, and they may have flagged that as suspicious. So that's all on Coinbase now. I don't know that there's much any of us can do. Maybe just ride it out. I know that Binance US sometimes would glitch out and tell me I couldn't make a withdrawal, and or they would tell me something weird like, that's not there. I don't know. It was just, I knew it wasn't right, and I tried contacting tech support, and it never they never knew what was going on. But then after 24 hours, everything went back to the way it was supposed to be. So sometimes, just kind of wait. You tried the initial transfer yesterday. That one canceled and tried again a few minutes later. That didn't work. I tried again this morning. It still didn't work. I checked my email, and it turned out that Coinbase was delaying the transfer for 72 hours, and I shouldn't have canceled it. Coinbase also, if you're brand new to Coinbase and you've just opened your account, they tend to be a little more restrictive. And if you make a transfer into your Coinbase account and buy some crypto, they might make you wait 3 to 5 business days before they're going to let you withdraw it. You may have had some in there from before, and then you put some more in there, and that small transfer was under that little the limit of what was available to you, and then when you tried to make the larger one, it crossed that threshold, and needed to use the money that you had recently put in there, and then they said, oh, that's going to be a delay. So yeah, you have to be aware of. It's really difficult to figure out what your available balance is in Coinbase, but I've stumbled on it before. Sometimes it'll say, $100 worth of Bitcoin, 0 available, or something like that, if you've just put the money in there. But I don't want to get in the weeds too far. I hope that answered your questions. You're just going to have to kind of wait and see. Sounds like you're up to speed on what Coinbase has told you about the delay. Dan answered the gift tax. You can gift without paying taxes. Sounds good. If you've never been in the stream before, check out the description. I've got some great stuff for you. Tax season is coming up. Laura, I've got Laura's website linked. Not that I'm pushing her or working for her, but she was on the stream a couple years ago, and I had some recent contact with her. She's willing to come on again. So I'd like to get her back on the live stream to talk about crypto taxes. She's one of the few crypto specialists. I know some accountants will tell you, don't say I specialize in crypto, because there's legalities involved, but she is a certified accountant that does crypto taxes, and I think she will do your entire return. Now, there may be different tiers, like she might just do your capital gains form, or she might do the entire return. I know she's expensive. From what I understand, she charges like $500 an hour. But you might there might be a way where you could involve her to like check over your work if you're using a Coin Tracker or Coinly or Coin Ledger or something like that. But she's one of the few people I know and trust. That's why I'm kind of promoting, because I know tax season is getting close. So check her out. Tell her I sent you. And let's see here. Agenda, some stuff I want to talk about. Before I get too far into it, there was someone in here last week that was I was talking about Bitcoin mining, and my conclusion, having been a Bitcoin miner, was that it's really not worth the time and effort to solo mine. And I was contradicted by someone that came in, was telling me about lottery mining with a thing called a BitAxe. And I looked into this. This is their site. It's not a very professional looking site, but a BitAxe is a small little add-in card or USB card that you can run that is very, very low hash rate. It has a very low hash rate. It's really not anything that's gonna the idea is that you're sort of mining solo, and you might catch a block, but you also might win the lottery. And this is basically what you're doing, is you're spending $150 on a lottery ticket. And then I hope I don't get a copyright by showing this small little snippet, but this is the founder of BitAxe talking about the little miner.
It's a lower hash rate miner. That's how it operates, quiet and cool. So it doesn't have the high hash rate of like an ant miner or anything like that. In fact, it's like significantly less. So, your chances of profiting at all are really low. But
all right, there it is. Your chances of profiting at all are very low. So I stand by my statement from last week that running a serious Bitcoin miner is really kind of out of reach for solo miners. You can buy a mining rig and join a mining pool and get some return on Bitcoin mining, but you're going to have to recoup your initial capital expenditure, which is buying the rig. Like in most rigs, they can range anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000 or more if you use more than one. And you have to run them 24/7. They're loud and irritating. Your power bill goes up, so you have to, figure the extra money you're paying on your power bill. And it might take you a year and a half just to make a profit on running a Bitcoin miner, even in the best of circumstances. And I stand by that. There's a little thing in the news we're going to talk about people getting scammed, I think. And some of the scams involve crypto mining. There's a lot of miner scams out there. They love to hook people with this whole, hey, run a miner. It's like a money machine. You buy this little miner and then you get rich. That is a fantasy. That is a dream. But a lot of people get hooked on that because they hear about crypto mining. This is lottery mining, which means that you have a very low chance of catching a block. And your money might be better spent buying a lottery ticket. Okay, and so we're gonna talk about wallet-to-wallet transfers. There were some Solana balance issues on Ledger Live. There's old coins set and forget. I want to talk about old coins that you can't access if you just leave them in your wallet. There's affiliate links down here and the news story. So let's jump into the news before it gets too late. This is our big story. US Bitcoin ETFs first anniversary, a surge far above expectations. The first year of spot Bitcoin ETFs in the US exceeded all expectations, making a historic debut that reshaped both the Bitcoin market and traditional finance. The approval came on January 10th of last year. The ETFs began trading the following day. In less than a year, they have contributed 100% of the $44.2 billion in inflows to crypto investment products globally as of the end of 2024. I don't know how they could get 100%. That's kind of weird. I don't know if that's correct or not. But yeah, I mean, they talked to several experts that were involved in ETFs, and these finance guys our estimates were more modest, $14 billion for the year, far surpassing our expectations, obviously, and far above pretty much every other prediction. BlackRock's ETF hit $61 billion in assets under management in less than a year. It took gold ETF 20 years to reach $33 billion. So I think gold ETFs debuted, I don't know, back in the 70s or the 80s. I don't know exactly when gold ETFs hit the scene, but it really affected the price of gold. People were comparing Bitcoin to gold ETFs and saying, hey, ETFs did a lot for the price of gold. And here Bitcoin hit 61 billion in their first year. So yeah, that's a big deal, right? ETF, the most best performing ETF launch of all time. Exchange traded funds have been around for a long time. They involve lots of different types of assets, commodities. There may be stock ETFs where you can trade a basket of stock. There's gold, silver ETFs. So yeah, it's been way successful, very successful, right? So let's jump over to this story. Bitcoin has been up and down. There's been a lot of stories. I think we are at, what are we at? 94. We were flirting with 95,000 earlier today, but it has pulled back slightly. But you can see it's pretty stable. It's only down 0.17% over the last 24 hours. But a couple weeks back, Bitcoin was creeping slowly from, say, 93, 94, all the way up to 102 or 103,000 just last week. And then all this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Bitcoin sort of slowly went down bit by bit. And everybody's panicking. It's like, hey, dude, it just hit an all-time high less than a month ago. Back in November, I guess, right after the election. But yeah, I mean, it's good to consolidate, right? So this story is about traders getting nervous. Traders are always getting nervous, and the offset in the trader sentiment is the high value investors, or what we call the high net worth investors. So this gentleman who's being quoted here, what do you say? In 14 years of owning Bitcoin, I've never seen a dichotomy like this, Seymour told CoinDesk in an interview. The traders are all worried and nervous and hedged, fully neutral or worse, and the long-term people are all super bullish. There's a really good chance we'll go to 200,000 this year. Seymour said, do I think we'll see $1 million per coin in my lifetime? Sure. Not soon, not in the next year. The smart, more connected people that I know are also really bullish. More is going to happen in the next 6 months than most people realize. Big developments were big countries like US, Russia, Singapore, United Arab Emirates, South Korea, Japan, Philippines, and some European nations are looking to take big steps in crypto's favor. I just wanted to hit the highlights here. The sudden interest in the crypto industry, the story we just covered, tremendous success of U.S. spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds, is forcing financial institutions worldwide to think of ways to compete. That means spinning up exotic new products like multi-token yield funds to make up for the liquidity that was sucked away by BlackRock's IBIT. We just covered the ETFs. We're talking about reserves, Bitcoin strategic reserves. Trump talked about it. We're not sure if it's actually going to happen or not. But even if the U.S. doesn't do a reserve, several other countries probably will. So we've got the success of ETFs. We have high value investors, bullish, and we have the chance of strategic reserves. So things are looking good overall for Bitcoin and, by extension, the entire crypto market. Here's another adoption story. Craft Distilling meets Bitcoin. U.S. distillery adopts Bitcoin for treasury use. This is Heritage Distilling. They make, what do they call it? A craft spirits producer. So it's not like Seagram's or anything, but it is, it's a publicly traded distilling company, and they want to integrate Bitcoin. They're planning on accepting Bitcoin for payment and using Bitcoin in their treasury as an asset to hold and an inflation hedge. So that's pretty cool. We're seeing a lot of companies that are adopting Bitcoin as a holding in their treasury. And on that note, we can also look at this story. Another shareholder proposal has been submitted to Meta, advocating for Meta to hold Bitcoin. We talked about Microsoft a few weeks ago. That actually was turned down by the board or whoever makes those decisions. But it keeps popping up. And Meta is a huge company, as you all know, the owner of Facebook. And this particular proposal was submitted by Ethan Peck, requested that the social media company convert a portion of its $72 billion in cash and short-term cash equivalents to Bitcoin as a hedge against currency debasement, which is basically inflation. So and Mark Zuckerberg has mentioned Bitcoin, named his goats Bitcoin and Max. We'll see. It's very intriguing. So there's a lot of things going on this year in Bitcoin. A lot of adoption, institutional, financial institutions are finally taking Bitcoin seriously. And then I did want to cover this scam story. Wolf Capital, the co-founder has pled guilty to a 9.4 million Ponzi, promising 547% returns. Whenever, there's financial shenanigans, they always call it a Ponzi. I don't know, that word gets overused quite a bit, but it basically just means, collecting money from new investors and using those proceeds to pay off old investors so that everyone thinks that the company is profitable. I don't know if they were directly engaged in that sort of behavior. Basically, they were just making promises on their return on investment, and it is a crypto-related firm. And of course, they couldn't give that kind of return. And it turns out they were using the money for their own financial gain. This is just another warning. There are a lot of people that might try to contact you, call you. You might find them on the web when you're looking up investments in crypto. I am all about self-custody. I don't give investment advice, but if you're going to buy crypto, I would stick to, BlackRock ETF if you want, or just buy crypto on an exchange like Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, or Binance if you're, outside the US, and put it in your own wallet. That's my thing. I know that's a little complicated to do, so it's very easy to get sucked into these investment type firms where, they claim that, I'll take your money and I'll give you this great return on investment. We know what we're doing. You don't know that much about crypto, but we do. We're experts. That spiel, right? Let us do it for you, and then, just transfer $100,000 to us and we'll take care of the rest. Always be wary of investment firms that tell you they can, that they know more about crypto investing than you do, and, they have bots or whatever. Always red flag. Always be careful. Anyone trying to get you to invest your hard-earned money by transferring it directly to them, and then they're telling you, yeah, I'll make you a lot of money. Okay, so that's the news. I want to go back over here and make sure I stay on track. We talked a little bit about Jupiter's airdrop. This is Jupiter. Jupiter is a Solana-based decentralized exchange where you connect your wallet and you can do swaps and trades. They had an airdrop early last year. I did a video if you want to check out that video. And there is a process. You have to connect your wallet, and then they can determine your eligibility. If you've traded a certain amount over, the time frame that, in the requirements, you'll be eligible for an airdrop. And then once you make your claim, you'll get Jupiter tokens. And if I recall, the Jupiter airdrop at the time when I claimed it was worth like $150. Nothing to sneeze at for free money or free tokens, just for having used their platform in the past. But like I said, always be careful. There's going to be a lot of scammers out there on Discord and Twitter claiming that here's the link to the Jupiter airdrop, and then it's a malicious website. So always take your time. Make sure you're on the official site, and don't get sucked into any of these scams that tell you if you don't do it now, you're going to miss out. Time pressure is always a red flag for a scam. Pardon me. Also, this is my latest video. I have it linked down in the description. I did a video on migrating your previous seed phrase onto a new ledger, Stacks or Flex, where, when you open up the new device, you do a restore to restore your master private key that was on your previous device. And that way, the new device basically can just start managing all of the accounts that you have in Ledger Live. And that's probably the most straightforward way of upgrading your crypto wallet, right? You've got a brand new wallet that can manage your accounts, and then you still have your old wallet that can be used as a backup in case something happens to your new wallet. All right. But there is also a lot of people had asked me, hey, how do I set up a brand new device in Ledger Live? I already have a Ledger Nano X, or I already have a Ledger Nano S Plus, and I just bought this Flex. Can't I just add it and use it as a separate device and manage, separate wallets and that kind of stuff? So that's what this video is all about. Set up a brand new device, set up accounts in Ledger Live that are separate from your old accounts, manage everything, make sure you've got your accounts named properly so you don't get your devices mixed up. And then you can sort of use the old don't put all your eggs in one basket strategy and kind of split your assets among different devices. Although someone asked me about that last week, and I did warn that you don't want to complicate your crypto management too much, right? For every new device that you add in there, the more complicated things get, and the level of complexity can, with some people, you can misplace or lose crypto, and you don't want that to happen. So always, it's fine if you want to use more than one device and spread out your assets, use more than one wallet. I have 5 or 6 different go-to wallets that I use, but you want to be very careful not to raise that complexity level beyond your level of expertise and then get confused and frustrated, right? You don't want that to happen. So always be aware of that. So let's see. Let's look at our little agenda here. We talked about lottery mining. It's basically what it says. It's lottery mining. We're going to do some wallet-to-wallet transfers. Let's see. I don't know what I should do first. Let me just catch up here. Big Daddy's running late tonight. Is that me? Are you still waiting for me? Oh no, please don't tell me I'm not here. Am I here? Please tell me I'm here. I think I'm here. Yeah, I think one week I accidentally started a new stream and there were a bunch of people waiting in the scheduled stream, but I don't think I did that. Lone Wolf, am I here? Please tell me I'm here. If anyone could please just alert me and let me know that if you're still waiting for me, because JDO said I'm not here, or Big Daddy's running late tonight. Am I here? All is fine. Okay, I'm here. Okay. Ooh, kind of scared me because I did mess that up one week. It's kind of a newbie error, but I accidentally started a new stream in my streaming software and went live, and the scheduled stream was just kind of sitting there waiting, and a bunch of people were in the scheduled stream waiting for me, going, hey, where is he? So anyway, I'm here. That's good. Let me get caught up here. Oh, Doc, that was you. Yeah, it was you. It is an open source project. Hey, I'm all about open source. That's cool. But I mean, and I don't mean to contradict you. I was just trying to explain that crypto mining, especially Bitcoin mining, is probably out of reach for the individual miner, unless you've got money and you're going to invest in it. The lottery mining is a chance of catching a block, but a very low chance anyway. I'm trying to get some Kava EVM in my Tangem. Could you explain how I might do that? Don't know about Kava EVM. Let me launch this and see if I can. Oh, Dan is here. Okay, Dan just texted me. You're okay. Oh, good. Good, thank you. Let me see here. Let me get this going. Kava EVM. That's kind of an outlier. But if you're in the Tangem app And why don't we do this one? Okay, so if we wanted to add a new token, you pull this thing up from the bottom and then you look for Kava. And okay, yeah, I mean, that looks like the Kava token. Why isn't it letting me do that? Add to portfolio. That's not usually what it looks like. Let me try that one more. Whoops. All right, let me go back here. Get this out of here. Yeah, let me add just some random token. Why is it acting so weird? Maybe that's what I should be doing. Okay. Of course, this is not behaving for me. Okay, let's take a look real quick. Okay, add token. That's what I want to do. Tron. Yeah, it's still. Okay. Let's go over to the stealth card. This is just freaking me out. All right, let me try this one more time. Whoops. Let's try that. Kava. Oh, wait, let's do Caspa. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it says add, and I hit add. Okay. They've changed the interface slightly. That always happens to me. Okay, so there's the toggle, right? You toggle it on. I'm sorry, I'm looking over here. Sorry. All right, so we toggle it on. Or can I toggle this on or not? Oh, it's just not cooperating with me at all, is it? Okay, it won't even let me toggle it on. Okay. Okay, let's try one more time. The Tangem ring, it doesn't really matter what wallet it is. I'm just kind of, it's just, okay. So let's try this. Kava. All right, so let me just go through. When I saw this add to portfolio, I was like, okay, here we go. All right, so you're saying you want EVM-based Kava, which would be the Ethereum-based Kava. All right, there. I don't know why Caspa wasn't working for me. So this is the Kava main chain, which is, it's on the Cosmos chain. I think it's like related to Cosmos, which I don't know what the name of the Cosmos chain is. Maybe that's the name of it, the Cosmos chain, but that's its native chain. And then the Ethereum chain, we would just toggle on like that. We're going to need the wallet when we do this, right? So I've got the ring ready. I hit continue. Oh, maybe it doesn't need it. Oh my God. Okay, there they are. Sometimes when you enable new coins, it wants you to hold the card up. Sometimes it doesn't. I guess it just depends. But that would be, and then look down there at the bottom and you can see that one of the Kavas has just the regular Kava logo, and then this one has the Ethereum logo. That would be your EVM-based Kava. If you bought EVM Kava somewhere, I don't know what you're doing, but that would be the way to enable that in Tangem. You saw me. I have to tell you guys, I got some Polygon-based US dollar coin, and I wanted to give some to my wife, and it was really difficult. I was with her the whole time, and I needed to get her wallet address. We needed to get her computer fired up. We needed to get her device out. She had to look up her PIN. She had to look up her password for her Rabby wallet. We had to, make sure she was on Polygon. We had to go to Coinbase. Well, I got her the US dollar coin, went into her Rabby wallet, and then I had to sort of coach her into depositing that in her Coinbase account. It was really difficult. And at one point there was an issue because she needed to enable blind signing. And, it was just a nightmare. And even with all my knowledge, you know, for me, a lot of this stuff is second nature, but trying to coach her through it, and she's not dumb either. And she's been dealing with crypto in a while, but she hadn't in a while, right? It had been like several months since she had actually used this wallet and used the device and everything. And it was kind of funny where we were upstairs and she goes, here, I think I can do this now. And I was like, no, you can't do it now because this is your ledger device. We got to go downstairs, dig out your ledger, you know, open it up, connect it, enter the pin, all this stuff, right? It was just like a lot of work. So I get it, guys. I get it. It's not easy dealing with crypto. It's not easy. I get it. Yeah. So, okay. Thanks for the info. Gotta go. Longtime follower. Thanks, Bruce. Loud and clear. Good. I'm here. Thank you. We don't know who we are. Yes, you are we. Dan, I'm looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday. Good stuff. Have our monthly meeting. I wanted to, okay, let's move some crypto around. I promised you guys I was going to move some crypto, and I'm just hemming and hawing here. So the first thing I'll do is I'm going to launch my Ledger Live, and we'll use my my Flex. Right, I got my Flex. I've got some Bitcoin in this Flex. Notice I have two Bitcoin accounts here. One is associated with my Stacks. One is associated with my Flex. Notice that I named them accordingly so I wouldn't get confused. Right? A lot of people have more than one device. They set up accounts and then they don't remember which is which. I had a very nice gentleman who contacted me. He told me I have two ledgers. And every time I try to do something, I get an error message that says something went wrong. So he's got two devices. He may be using the wrong accounts. So yeah, this stuff can get complicated. It's good to stay organized. So we got the ledger with the Bitcoin Flex. I'm going to connect this thing. It's my daughter's picture there. I'm going to enter my PIN. All right, and then I believe I'm going to need to enter the PIN of my Trezor Safe 5. Okay, I got that. Now I'm going to reveal that I'm in my jammies, but that's okay. I wanted to kind of give you... doggone it, that one. Brr. Boy, it bums me out when that happens. All right, I'm going to try this. Yeah, I'm going to try this. It disappeared. Doggone it. Okay. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah, I have so many USB devices that things get whacked out. And that, I'm sorry. That particular camera is offline. Okay, fine, whatever. I'm going to try, I'll show you like this, all right? I have two devices and they are both connected to my computer at the same time. One is a Trezor and one is a Ledger, right? So we're going to launch Trezor Suite. I'm planning on doing a video with this Trezor here shortly. So I did get this guy set up and I wanted to fund the wallet. And so I figured maybe I'd show you guys how we fund wallets, wallet to wallet, right? So, I had tried this yesterday and was getting an error message on my Solana. I want to talk about that Solana issue that some people have been experiencing, posting on Reddit. Could be a Solana thing. It could be just Ledger Live. But I was having trouble, and Trezor Suite was telling me that it couldn't sync to the Solana chain. Well, it's working fine today. So we want to put some Bitcoin in my Trezor wallet. So I'm going to go to Bitcoin. I'm going to hit receive Bitcoin. I need show full address. Let's open this camera up. At least this camera's working. All right. Thank goodness. All right. Boop. Come on, wake up. Oh, well, I guess I'm going to have to do something. All right, so I'm going to hit show full address. And what's it going to do? Is it going to do anything? Hey, there it goes. All right, so we can see the full address here on my device, right? And then when I hit swipe up and tap to confirm, it shows up on my computer and allows me to copy the address, right? That's the hardware check. That's the confirmation. And now we'll go back to Ledger Live and we'll go to this Bitcoin Flex account and we'll send some Bitcoin. We'll paste in that address we got from Trezor. And then we're going to play with this guy because we need to send out, right? We're sending out from this one. So we'll hit continue. Let's say $100 worth. We'll hit continue. We're going to use the medium blockchain fees. You can make them higher or lower. I usually don't. That's going to cost us 61 cents worth of Bitcoin for this transfer, these blockchain fees. Don't think of it as a percentage. Think about it as like a network fee. All right, there it is. Open Bitcoin app. All right, it's going to open the Bitcoin app for us. And it's going to show us the outgoing transaction. We can look at all the information. There it is. That's the amount. There's the address I'm sending to. We can even double check that. Well, not anymore. It's gone because I closed it, but it is the same Bitcoin address that we can see from the beginning there. And we just need to authorize it on the device. So we'll hold and sign. And there it goes. And off that Bitcoin goes. I was thinking maybe of doing some other stuff. I'm not sure. I was going to buy some other cryptos, but let's just stick with this one for now. So we can see here in Ledger Live that it's outgoing over in Trezor Suite. We can go back. And there it is. We can see that it came in. And it tells me that I'm, yeah, you can see it here. Receiving Bitcoin. And it hasn't quite confirmed yet. It says pending. It doesn't mean it's not in the wallet. It just means I can't spend it yet. And don't get all, your feathers ruffled when you saw me send $100 worth. And instead of $100 worth, I got $99.91 worth of Bitcoin. You can't see that. Sorry. It's not a big deal. Every wallet has its own APIs for getting the current price of Bitcoin. Prices fluctuate. So don't get all freaky about, oh, I sent $100 worth of Bitcoin, but I only got $99.95. And where's my nickel? Just kind of roll with the changes. But that's wallet to wallet. It's not a big deal. And you can, like I said, you can connect a Ledger and a Trezor at the same time. They don't care. They don't interfere with each other. But trying to connect two Ledger devices at the same time, Ledger Live doesn't know which one it can use for an authorization. So, like when I went to send out that Bitcoin, if there were two Ledger devices connected, Ledger Live wouldn't know which one was the right one, and it would get glitched out. It wouldn't work right. You might get lucky and it might use the one you were intending, but other than that, no. Yeah. I wanted to cover the Solana issue. So the Solana issue, according to, let me see if I can get this. Oh, let's do it over here. I think I have this queued up here. So a lot of people, I've been hearing this on Reddit, were complaining that Solana was not visible in Ledger Live. I don't know if somebody asked me about this last week, but it didn't mean that the Solana was gone. It just means that it wasn't visible in Ledger Live, but it was definitely still on the blockchain. So this was some kind of server issue where the ledger servers weren't syncing properly with the Solana blockchain, or there was an issue with the Solana blockchain of some kind. But a lot of people were really upset and scared and thought they had lost all of their Solana. You can see a lot of people here, freaking out about the fact that they couldn't see their Solana. And I believe I highlighted, if I can get down to it, or maybe it got de-highlighted. Yeah, it did. But anyway, here it is. Ledger came in. Ledger customer success. We noticed, as you've mentioned, that there was an issue with Solana being visible on Ledger Live mobile during the 25th of December. That incident should now be resolved and would not have affected the security of any of your funds, as it related specifically to an issue with Solana being displayed on the mobile instance of Ledger Live. You can double check that via Ledger Live or via a block explorer like SolScan. So what the solution to this was, that a lot of people were mentioning in this thread, was that all you really had to do was go on the Solana blockchain, put in the address of your wallet, and you could see plain as day that your Solana was there. The fact is, there are a lot of people that totally rely on Ledger Live to get all their information, and they were freaking out because Ledger Live had a little glitch in displaying their correct balance. And I believe it was mostly happening with people that were staking Solana. So the reason I bring this up is because I just want to point out that Ledger Live is not your crypto. And I've said this many times. Just because you can't see it in Ledger Live doesn't mean it's not there. Now, I get it. If you're new to crypto and you have a Ledger device and you've set it up in Ledger Live and you were checking it in Ledger Live every day for the last year, and then you went and checked it on Christmas and all of a sudden it was gone, that would freak me out too. I totally get that. But, the point is that the crypto is on the blockchain, not in Ledger Live. And so I can understand you're upset, but we're dealing with a nascent industry here, and you need to be a little more forgiving when it comes to glitches and issues. I know it's money. People are real freaky about money, but if you educated yourself a little bit on how the blockchain works, you would have alternate ways of double checking if there was a problem. Like a lot of people mention, you can connect your ledger to Solflare or Phantom Wallet and check your balances and check your, whether your thing was staked or not. Now they mentioned too, and I don't see that here. Ledger Live, apparently someone else is mentioning that they should just restart your computer, open Ledger Live and update your Ledger Live to the latest version, and that display bug will be gone. But he got a message from Ledger saying that Ledger Live currently displays only the top 1,000 validators. And so if you were staking your Solana with a very obscure validator, then you're not going to see that staking balance. But that's kind of weird. If you were only using Ledger Live, how were you able to get that staked? But that's basic. And then Ledger was saying, hey, go to Solana's website, solanabeach.io, and you'll be able to view your balance, if you put in your Solana address in the search bar. So another thing that a lot of people should have done right away when they noticed that their Solana was not showing up in Ledger Live was to check their transaction history and see if there was an outgoing transaction. So that is your 100% confirmation that crypto has been actually transferred out by someone that got a hold of your seed phrase or or something of that nature, or a malicious smart contract or something like that. So if just not seeing it is all you've got, then there's probably an explanation, right? The first thing you would want to do is say, hey, did this crypto get transferred out serendipitously? Maybe I should check my my transaction register and see. So from what I understand, people were just going into their Solana. I guess I should be doing this in a Solana account, right? But yeah, I mean, you can look at your latest operations in your Solana wallet and check to see if there was an outgoing transaction or if somebody unstaked your assets or something weird like that, right? So a little education will go a long way when it comes to crypto. Don't just rely on Ledger Live exclusively. With a little bit of education about how blockchains work and how third-party wallets work, it could go a long way to, saving you from that heart attack, right? So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. I think if you're using your wallet software to check your holdings, you're doing it wrong. To clarify, because the app is not really as reliable as the blockchain itself. While you can do that, you should know the funds are not on the wallet, they are on the blockchain. This means that the only trustworthy / reliable place to verify your holdings is also on the blockchain, as can be done with blockchain explorers. Of course, somebody came back, I don't understand what you're talking about, and he had to sort of clarify. But yeah, I mean, I know it's scary, but a little education can go a long way. Crypto assets acquired during marriage, does that automatically pass to surviving spouse? You remind me of the, what was it, the Sadducees that came to Jesus and said, our Jewish law says that if a brother gets married and then dies without children, that his brother should take his wife, and then the second brother married the first brother's wife, and then that brother died, and then the third brother married the first brother's wife, and he died without kids, and then that went all the way down to all 7 brothers, and then the Sadducees asked, well, at the resurrections, whose wife would she be? You're trying to trick me with your legal semantics here. Okay, scenario. Okay, I'm with you, Lynn. Scenario: crypto assets acquired during marriage. Does that automatically pass to surviving spouse? Surviving spouse has got own exchange account, manages and controls hardware wallet. Well, crypto is not. I mean, it may in the future have legal possession attached to it, but as it stands now, the ownership of crypto is based on who's holding the key. So it has nothing to do with legally whose Bitcoin it is. It's all about possession of that key. So if the wife doesn't have the key, or she doesn't know the PIN to the device, or she doesn't know where the device is, even if her husband passes away, it doesn't mean there's no judge that can tell her, okay, that Bitcoin is yours, unless she knows where the private key is. I hope that I'm being clear about this. Possession is 9/10 of the law, that kind of stuff. If she has access to the device and she has the PIN, which I think you mentioned, then it doesn't matter whether she legally owns the crypto or not. I mean, she has control of it. Whether she can legally sell it on Coinbase, that's more of a legal question. That's not really a self-custody question, so I can't really address that. Maybe you should ask a Pharisee or a Sadducee what they think. Yeah. Eddie Torres, thank you so much for that donation. I appreciate that. I think Emmanuel, if you're here this week, you gave me a donation and I forgot to acknowledge you until the very end, and you may have left. But yeah, I want to thank you for that as well. I use Kepler with my Ledger X, but now I bought the stacks and I can't use it with Kepler on my cell phone. I'm assuming you're talking about the Kepler mobile app. There are some tokens, unfortunately, that the app has not been uh, migrated from the X to the Stacks and Flex. For example, I am managing SUI token using my Ledger Nano X, but even though I imported that seed phrase into my Flex, I cannot manage the SUI token with that because there is no SUI token available for the Flex or Stacks. Um, so I guess what you're saying, and we do have my Flex attached. I'm going to allow the secure connection. So I guess what you're saying is there's no Cosmos app. So you can download and install the Cosmos app. I'm out of storage, but it's compatible. But I guess what you're saying is the Kepler mobile app is not recognizing your Flex via Bluetooth, and I've had that issue also. I think I had that issue with Soulflare. It works fine in my browser, but on their mobile app, for some reason, I could never get my my Stacks or my Flex to sync up. These are minor issues that might get fixed. I know it can be frustrating. My advice would be if you still have your Ledger Nano X and it works via Bluetooth with the Kepler phone app, maybe just continue to use that. Or you could install the Kepler app in your browser and use that with your Flex or Stacks. Let's double check here. Okay. Okay. Bobbity boo. I haven't used this one in a while. I think it's here. Add wallet. Okay. So yeah, I want to connect my hardware wallet and I want to use Ledger. And let's call this one Flex. Atom, Flex Atom, whatever. Using the Cosmos app. So I need to open Cosmos on this device. But I don't have enough room. So I'm going to have to delete something. Let's see. I'll delete Hedera Hashbar. Somebody asked me about Hedera Hashbar and how do I manage it. And I downloaded it, the app, and it works just fine. So I'm not really sure why you were having issues. All right, okay, now we can install it. So let's install it on our Flex. Mark C, good to have you. So there's always like a workaround. I know you may be phone-based only. You may not have a computer. I don't know. But let's go back over here. Yeah. Let's do that. Oh, I need to open up the Cosmos app on my device. There it is. So we're in Cosmos. Now this is actually, like I said, it's imported the seed phrase of the Ledger Nano X. So it's the same wallet as was showing up already, but let's see what happens. Ledger Flex Connect. Is it going to do it? Yeah, looks like it will. I'm just going to use these. I don't need any of these. Well, I'll just hit save, I guess. I don't need these. Okay. So now Kepler. And you'll notice that they're the same exact wallet, right? If I switch, whoops, sorry. Oh yeah, okay. So if I flip between the two wallets, they should have the same balance. Maybe there's other coins that are enabled that aren't enabled in this one. But yeah, I mean, you might, if you have a computer, you might try just using the browser extension for Kepler with your stacks, because you can download the Cosmos app on your stacks. That's not the issue, or your Flex or your stacks. So it's not that the app is not compatible. That has been an issue, but it's not in this case, and it's most likely a limitation of the mobile app not recognizing your Flex or stacks via Bluetooth, and I've seen that happen before. You might want to repair your device with Ledger Live on your phone. Sometimes when you get a new device, you have to go through the pairing process in Ledger Live before other third-party apps will recognize your Ledger device via Bluetooth. I think we tried that last week, and after we were done, I figured out one of the things that I was doing wrong. I think we were in what were we using? Was it Phantom? Let me check here. Come on, baby. Yes, it was. Okay, I was showing you guys this last week. We paired up Phantom to my Ledger device, and I was wondering about the Ethereum-based tokens, and we had the base tokens here, but to get to the Ethereum tokens, we just switched. All we had to do was switch to the other device, right? These are the Solana-based tokens, and then Ledger 2 had the Ethereum and the base tokens. So, yeah, I don't think I have Kepler mobile. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, it's like, oh, this is brand new. Let's try connecting the Ledger. We'll call this one Ledger Flex. Let's just call it Flex, right? Oh, I got to put in a password. Okay. All right. Give me a second here. Oops. I hope this works. Okay. Oh, you can see what I'm doing, can't you? Damn it. I dox myself so much when I'm in my live stream, but no one has emptied out my bank account yet. I have this thing connected. So, yeah, like I may be having the same problem you're having. It's not detecting the device, even though I have the device on and I'm in the Cosmos app and Bluetooth is enabled. Yeah, it's just not finding it. Hi, kitty. I can't turn on kitty cam tonight because that camera's messed up. Oh yeah, so I gotta do this. Hey, it worked. There's Kitty. Kitty, what are you doing down there? Yeah, I'm having the same issue you are with the Ledger stacks, Ledger Flex, and Kepler Mobile. So yeah, it looks like it's Kepler Mobile is just not syncing up to the Bluetooth. So it could be a bug or a glitch or whatever with the mobile. All right, so we'll stop. Yeah. I get it. Right. It's frustrating. You know, that kind of stuff happens. Kitty, it's been snowing lately. So Kitty doesn't stay out too long because it's snowing out there. It's too cold, Kitty. Too cold. All right. Oh, knock something over, why don't you? I'm sure you're going to knock something over. Yeah. Or are you just going to plop down in my lap? Oh, don't touch the mic. You might mute it. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go back here. Okay, so let me catch up here. Sorry about that issue you're having with Kepler and your stacks. Now, I don't know. I didn't try to do my X, but I would think that maybe the X would pair. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, have a good time tonight, Dan. I'll look forward to seeing you next week. I am running a little bit over tonight. We talked about the most of the stuff I wanted to do. We did a wallet to wallet. I'll just quickly, and Kitty has settled down in front of the keyboard. That's good. Good job, Kitty. I did kind of want to talk about there are certain tokens like, for example, Gala version 1, Phantom token, Vertcoin, and Xdata. These are all tokens that are kind of old and difficult to deal with. It's my understanding that Ledger Live dropped support for Vertcoin, and people that were using the Ledger to manage their Vertcoin are now trying to do crazy stuff like access it by importing the seed phrase into their Trezor, and then use some kind of crazy Unix program to manage the Trezor to find their Vertcoin or download the Vertcoin wallet. I mean, it's just going, everything's going crazy with Vertcoin. Vertcoin has been around a long time, but you know, hey, if a project doesn't take off, if it doesn't have a lot of interest, wallets and exchanges are going to stop supporting the coin. You can't just buy a coin and then hold on to it forever without kind of checking on it and making sure that it's still there, right? Gala was another one. There's a Gala version 1 that I have in my Ledger wallet that is basically useless. I can't access it anymore. Let me see. I think it's in here. Yeah, you see it down here, Gala old. That's Gala version 1. It's not a lot of Gala, but it's basically worthless. It has no pricing information. I've tried to swap it. There's no liquidity. It's not available on any exchanges. I don't even see a migration. A lot of times coins will have like a link how to migrate your old coin to the new coin. I don't see that here. So I'm basically stuck with this old coin that is worthless. I can't access it. I can't sell it. I can't do anything with it. It's just kind of stuck in my wallet. The same thing with Phantom token. I thought I had that up here. Oh yeah. Phantom token has migrated to a new ecosystem called Sonic. And I got an email from someone who had Phantom staked. And I guess Ledger has dropped support for Phantom. I think there was a Phantom app, but not anymore apparently. I think I looked for it. I couldn't find it. So it's just another in a long line of, cryptos that lost interest and support in wallets and exchanges, right? I don't know. But he can't figure out how to unstake it because he was using it on his Ledger, and now a Ledger doesn't even have the app anymore, apparently. I told him maybe you could pull in your seed phrase into a hot wallet and gain access to that Phantom, so that he can unstake it and then maybe try to sell it. But the moral of the story is don't just drop a coin in your wallet and just forget about it, because if it's Bitcoin or Ethereum, that's great. But these new projects that are supposed to be, hey, it's the latest and the greatest, end up kind of sometimes going by the wayside, losing interest and support. So just because it has a value today doesn't mean it will be worth anything tomorrow. It might be worth something, but there's nobody will buy it, right? And you can't get it out of your wallet, because the wallet's not supporting it anymore. So keep that kind of stuff in mind when you're dealing with crypto. I really usually advise against buying low cap coins. It's a gamble. It'd be great if you could buy that low cap coin before it takes off, but the chances of that are kind of like winning the lottery. I think I mentioned this a few live streams ago. If you've heard about it, it's probably too late. It's usually the insiders that are, get those early gains because, they're involved and they have the coin in their wallet. And as soon as the coin starts pumping, they're going to start selling. So the people that are late to the party are going to get left out in the cold. And if you buy a coin like that and think just leaving it in your wallet until, it has a big, comeback someday, sometimes yes, sometimes no. A lot of times you might end up with a worthless coin in your wallet. So keep that in mind when you're dealing with crypto. It's not a guarantee that your coin is going to be useful or accessible, right? There are no guarantees when it comes to crypto. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Doc Capital, thanks for being back, even after we disagreed a little on mining. I'm glad you're here. I didn't know anything about lottery mining. I think it's kind of cool, actually. I considered buying one of these just to support the Bitcoin network, but I don't think it's going to make me any money. And keep your eyes open on that Jupiter airdrop. I have this article linked down below. Make sure if you're going to claim a Jupiter airdrop that you know what you're doing, that you've traded on Jupiter, that you have a Jupiter wallet. It's not like people hear the word airdrop and they think, hey, free money, and they come running and they don't even qualify, right? It's like that kid that watched the little clown show every week when they rolled that little barrel full of postcards, thinking the clown was going to pull out, his little postcard and he'd be the winner, but he never sent his postcard in, right? It's the same thing, man. Don't get all caught up in, hey, I'm going to be a winner. They're giving away free crypto and you don't even know what it's about. Kitty, you're going to hit me. Yeah, I knew you were going to do that. Yeah, Kitty put his head on the keyboard and launched a new browser tab. He does that a lot. Yeah, so I'm going to have to cut it short tonight. Anyway, like I said, thank you everyone for joining. Thanks, Kenny, for the news. Thank you for being here. Anyone that asked questions, thank you so much. Anyone that donated, thank you so much. I always appreciate you guys being here every week. Hope you got something out of the live stream. Dan, thanks for moderating. JDO, thanks for moderating. I appreciate both of you guys. And I think I've thanked everybody. I'm going to be here again next week, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will alert you whenever I post new content. Kitty wants to say goodbye. I'm saying goodbye. I hope to see you guys again next week. Please join me again. Have a good night, everybody.